every single weekday. 1 to 5, I am here to entertain you. Let me entertain you. Coach Wayde, are you online?
I'm here. I'm listening to the serenade that's happening.
See, at least somebody appreciates my singing. I'm just saying. You know, in the studio, they make fun of my singing. They try to compare it to either a cat getting run over or a dog who has heard a bad sound. And
See, I would say maybe the cat's tail was stepped on. I wouldn't say ran over.
I don't feel the
But
love.
but that's also because you know what, I can't sing a lick either, and it's one thing I wish I could do. So I decided to just go learn to play the guitar instead.
Whatever. I feel like if you can't sing, still sing at the top of your lungs. It feels good.
In the shower, yes. Absolutely.
Sing like nobody's watching. But no,
Right.
today we're talking about, every Tuesday we talk love, but today we're talking about dating out of your comfort zone. How to start doing something new in the pursuit of love or opening yourself to love in a new pursuit of that. How do we first identify what we keep doing and repeating, and then two, what are some basic steps, some universal steps we can take as we try to venture in to dating outside of our comfort zone?
Great question. You know, one of the things I ask people to do when they just leave a relationship is to ask themselves why the relationship ended, but don't mention the other person.
Yeah.
Don't talk about him or her. Don't mention the pronoun. Don't say because they did this or they. Why did the relationship end? And then look back at the other one as well too and say, why did that relationship end? Because the focus there is going to be on the relationship itself ending, what could have been different. And that's how you can find out the similarities and things that have happened in the past, over the past relationships. Because it's easy to say, well, she couldn't do this, she didn't do that, she always argued, or he didn't like this and he didn't do this. But why did the relationship end? What exactly were you looking for in these people that you were not able to find? Or what did you want them to fulfill? Or what need were you hoping that they could fill that they weren't able to? And that's when you start identifying the similarities in the relationships that have gone past and find out, a lot of the things that we say we need are not necessarily the things that a lot of things we say we want aren't the things we need. And we confuse those two. We confuse our wants with our
the needs.
Right. And so I want a man that can do this. I want a woman that can do that. Do you really need a man who can do that? Do you need a man who can do that? And that's where the conversation comes towards dating outside of your comfort zone. Because you need a man that will take care of you. Yeah. You need a woman that will take care of you, that will love you, that will give you, have the core values and aligned in what you're looking for. But do you need a man who drives a 500 series? Do you need a man who makes 6 figures a year? Is that what you need, or is that what you want?
Well, if we're talking 6 figures a year JMD, then I'm gonna kind of need you to make at least 6 figures if we're talking JMD. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you, Coach. Yeah,
you're right.
I mean,
you're right.
USD and JMD, two different things. I'm gonna need
two different things.
I'm gonna need the 6 figures over here.
Okay, well, what do we say? 7, 10 figures, 8 figures? What are we looking at?
I don't know. Whatever Cardi B said. That's what I'm gonna go with. But no, I mean, there's a lot of different levels where we say dating out of our comfort zone. Like something as simple as, like, say you really only dated for somebody's shape. You know what I mean? Like something like that, because it's a lot of mental play that goes through your head.
It is.
So I mean, how do you talk yourself?
So, it's a fair question, because there was a show. There's Married at First Sight. It's one of my cheap thrills. I haven't watched it in a very long time.
On Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? I was watching it on TLC when it first came out. I think,
okay.
One of those things. Married at First Sight. And
Okay, that's different.
It's a show where people, they don't know each other. They've never met each other. They see each other, and the first day they meet each other, they get married to each other shortly thereafterwards. Maybe like within the first few days of meeting each other. And so the psychiatrists and the psychologists and the relationship coaches, and those are the ones that put people together.
Yeah.
Now, this one girl, she met this guy, and oh my gosh, she was not attracted to him at all. And then shortly after you get married, you have to go away to, I think it was St. Lucia they went to, and they had to go on a honeymoon. And she was crying the entire time. This was 2019, I think it was. They are now happily married all this time with 3 kids and are having an amazing, she says he's the most handsome man she's ever met. And she doesn't know what she was thinking at that time. You know, it happens in the reverse as well, too, where I've met a girl that was gorgeous, beautiful. And as soon as she opens her mouth, I'm like, you're the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. You know,
I know a lot of those people.
Right. So when we plaster our entire relationship and it starts only on the physicalities, you have to remember that, you know, beauty fades, dumb is forever.
Yeah.
And if you're really worrying only about, you know, how someone looks, and if you're going to equate it to just that, then you're going to miss a lot of opportunities. You're going to block your blessings in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be more to that. Your question was, how do you do it? I don't know, blinders, blind dark glass, like it's
drunk goggles. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
I want to be
mean.
real because I don't want to
mean.
be fake. I don't want people to think that I'm just saying things for the heck of it.
Nah,
you know,
we're being real. Yeah.
The reality is that there is something to be said about a physical attraction.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that you notice with someone is physical appearance. Now, should you then look at the person and say, okay, that's it, I'm done? That's where the second part comes in.
Right.
Right. If you were to meet someone online or someone introduced you and you talking to this person through text or through phone and everything's great, you meet them in person, they're not, you know, 6 feet tall, or they're not, you know, light skin like you want, you know, and I'm just giving off my accolades here. If you're not getting, you know exactly what you're looking for, do you then just say, I'm not interested, even though everything else was clicking?
Yeah. He takes off the basketball cap and you find out he's half-headed bald, you know?
You know, it's fine, really, because what are you really looking for? At the end of the day, when you are with this person, when your core values align, your relationship values align, your religious values align, your alignment with children, your alignment with life, with goals, and all these things align, except his hairline, is that what you're going to then say? Like, it's
a deal breaker. No, I'm kidding. Not for me.
Is that the deal breaker right there? You know, where does the fade start and end? I don't even know. Like, you can't use that as the only thing. There has to be more to it.
The hairline can't be a deal breaker, because if the hairline was a deal breaker, Dexter Dabbs would not be anywhere as big as he is right. Wait, did I just say that out loud? I sure did.
Leave Dexter alone.
Hey, woo, 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 woo. I love Dexter. No, but okay. How about like weirdos like me? You know, I know there's a lot of people. I know I'm just not helpable, but I know there's a lot of people.
Keep trying to give me 5 minutes to solve them, and it's just not enough time.
No, but seriously, what about people who have serious issues with dealing with people who are too nice? Like, instantly, like, wait a minute, what's wrong with you? Because you know there's a bunch of people like us.
They are. I've met a few of them.
Yeah, we question the niceness. We're like, yeah, okay, you're a psycho. How many people you got locked up in your basement? What's your hang up? What's crazy with you? What's crazy?
Let me put you on my couch for a second. You're questioning the niceness, but what are you actually questioning? What are you really worried about? What does that niceness represent? And what are you concerned that the niceness will lead to?
Anybody who's too nice usually leads to some kind of madness. Either they're going to be like too controlling, try and lock me in their basement and wonder about where I go, when I go, how I go there. I feel like anybody that's too nice, they scare the living pooter out of me, because I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why are you being so nice? Why are you being so nice?
Then now we need to get away from the niceness. We need to get to what you're actually concerned about, which is that they may lock you up in their basement, or they're a psycho. So now stop looking at the stop looking for the signs of niceness and start looking for the signs of psychotic, psychotic behavior. Because niceness I think I'm a nice person. But other people may disagree, because I'm very honest in how I say things sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've been classified as a nice guy and too much of a nice guy in the past. And it's not that we are psycho. It's just that we are confident in who we are sometimes, and we don't necessarily need to play a role. And a lot of times with nice guys that come across, they're just being their true, authentic self.
Right.
In that they're not trying to pretend to be a bad boy. They're not trying to put on a facade. They're not trying to talk up a certain, way or carry on. And a lot of times people look at that as, I'm just too nice. I'm not gonna walk over him. I'm a very nice person,
Yeah.
Nikki, but I think my wife will tell you there's absolutely no way you'll walk over me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I will
trying to walk
make
over
you
anybody.
think,
Yeah.
I'll make you think you're walking over me. But that's because I pick my battles. I don't have to fight every single one of them. You know,
Yeah, I would never. I really despise people like that. Especially
yeah.
when you are really genuinely a nice person, and then you
Mhm.
have people that see that, identify with that, and take advantage of
Yeah.
them. I hate people like. I
I've
hate is
se-
a
and I've
strong word. I
encountered it a
dislike
lot.
people like that.
I've encountered it. I'll use hate. I've encountered it a lot.
Yeah.
In my time where someone tries to take advantage. Hey, can you pass me this, or can you loan me this, or do you
Yeah.
think I can get this from you? I'm like, wait, don't confuse my niceness
For
with me
stupidity.
being a pushover. Yeah, I'm not a pushover. I'm not someone that's gonna
Yeah.
open my billfold and go, yeah, here you go, take it
Yeah.
off. So I think what we have to do when we're worried about people who are too nice, we need
Mm-hmm.
to find out what we're worried about too much.
Yeah.
What is the underlying cause? What does a nice person lead to at the end of it? For you, you're thinking there might be some psychotic behavior underneath it.
Yeah,
For
or
some
even
people,
worse,
they
you
may.
get too comfortable in the niceness just for them to turn not nice, and then
That's
you
what I was
wasted
gonna
all
get
this
to. Yeah, they
energy.
think it will go away. It's a facade.
Exactly.
Some people think that he won't be man enough to stand up if someone's trying to attack me. He's just gonna sit there and watch and not do this. So there are a lot of
I said
things,
nice,
and that
not
would.
soft.
Well, that's the thing, because that means that you're worried about security. If you're worried that someone won't defend you, it's not that you're worried that they're too nice. You're just
Yeah.
worried that you won't have the security. So you're looking for someone that can make you feel secure. And so we need to identify what we're really,
Yeah.
really feeling
Yeah.
and what we're really, really worried about instead of the surface level
Talk to
things.
our men
You
out
know?
there. Talk to the men and the women, not even just the men, because women do it too. Talk to the men and the women that date to impress their friends. Like they always have
Oh man.
exactly, because a lot of people do that. They won't date somebody
Yeah.
who's really sweet, really nice to them, because appearance wise, their friends might have judgment against dating that person. So they constantly date someone to impress their friends, or say, yeah, I got this person, I bagged this babe. You know what I mean? Talk to them.
If you're worried so much about your friends judging you too much, you may need to revisit your friends that you keep.
Yeah.
I had a really good friend of mine. I'm actually going to be the best man at his wedding in August.
He need a
And
DJ.
yeah,
Holla. I'm a wedding DJ too.
I'm trying to talk to you on the side about that. You haven't answered my messages, but that's
I don't
why.
got no message from you.
So
Don't be lying.
she,
You
she,
lying.
she ignores me, people. She ignores. Now she's gonna pick up her phone and wait. Did he really?
That's what
Okay,
I'm like, what you
so
talking about? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
he had a concern, and he said, he had some issues when he was younger, and got some. Him had get bust up a couple of times.
Yeah.
So he had some scrapes in his hair. He always grew his hair, and he always braided it back. And
Right.
he said, I'm really thinking about cutting my hair, but I'm worried about what people will think about, when they see the line. I said, who are you worried about? And who are these people that
Exactly.
you're worried about? What effect do they really have on your life? So, I thought that you guys might laugh at me. I'm like, dude, in what world would we laugh at you because you have something that happened in your head?
That's serious.
But he's right though, because you do, and some of you listening out there, you have friends that if you cut your hair, they're gonna point and laugh at you and say, "What? I'm Janko Drosky marking their head." Like, they're
I'm
going
sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
You have some friends that are gonna bug you about stuff like
Yeah.
that. You need to evaluate
Yeah.
the value that these friends bring to your life.
Yeah,
If
and
someone
also
doesn't
why
add
it
value
bothers
to your
you
life,
so
then
much,
take it
and
away.
and why do those words bother you so much as well?
We're insecure in some ways, right? There are certain
Yeah.
things that we're insecure about. I have my insecurities, you have your insecurities,
Yeah.
and somebody pointing them out, it doesn't really do well. I just want people to realize that you shouldn't live your life to impress certain people,
No,
because those people aren't living their life to impress you.
absolutely
And at
not.
the end of the day, when you are trying to impress them, if it doesn't work out, they're not the ones that's going to have your back.
Mm-mm.
When you chase away a good person because your sister didn't like them or your brethren didn't like them, that brethren and sister, are they going to cuddle up with you?
Nope.
Maybe they will. I don't know. Nah, but they're not going to give you the fulfillment that you're looking for. They're not going to give you the companionship
No.
that you're looking for. They're not going to be the mate that you're looking for.
No.
Don't live your life to please other people, because they're not
Absolutely.
living their life to please you.
And choose those you date based on if they really are checking for you, and if you really are checking for
Yeah.
them, not for the externals. The externals don't last.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't be married to the woman I'm married to right now if I had it based on my comfort zone.
Yeah.
we would not have been where we are right now. And
Yeah.
I tell the story from time to time because she's younger than me, and I never wanted someone younger than me. I'm never one of those guys who are looking for people that are younger.
Yeah.
And not only is she younger than me, but she lived in New York and I lived in Toronto at the time. And I
Long
wasn't
distance.
interested in long distance. I'm telling you, that was not my thing. But I allowed it to give a chance, and she allowed it to give a chance because I had children from a previous, and she didn't want anyone that had children from a previous relationship as well too. We both got out of our comfort zone and allowed things to happen and to develop and to mature on their own, and it led to where it is right now.
Yeah.
So we don't know how many times do you block your own blessing? How many times have you stopped yourself from getting what you are supposed to get, whether you think is ordained by God or ordained by spirit or just by happen chance, whatever belief system you have, stop blocking your blessings.
Absolutely.
Allow things to happen.
And if you're listening right now and a certain person comes to your mind, that's probably somebody you did just that to.
That's probably that exact same person that you're thinking about. They're married right now with kids and they don't interested in hearing from you.
Yeah, they don't need to hear from you no more. You done messed up. And that goes to all my exes. I don't want to hear from none of y'all because I'm verified now. Don't call me. I'm just not.
I got a blue sticker on my Instagram. Leave me alone.
You know what I'm saying? I got my blue ticky. Don't call me. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying. But anyway, Coach Wayde, before we go, are you super stoked that the Royals have landed in Jamaica?
Why are they okay? Sure. I'm excited that they're in Jamaica. But why are we still giving money to them? I don't understand. Why we still have them on our
I ain't giving them nothing. That's them people that was voted in office. I'm just saying.
I would have thought that Jamaica before Barbados would have separated. I would never have thought that, Barbados would have done it before we did.
But Barbados.
Big up Barbados. Nothing against them.
Yeah, they seem to have big ones hanging. They got big ones. You know what I'm saying? We haven't grabbed ours yet.
And I've been to that island. It's a little something like this. You can throw a stone from
That's
one
what
side
I'm
to the other.
saying. It's a little island.
I would have thought we would have.
With some big ones.
With big coconuts.
You know what I'm saying?
Coconuts.
And they making the coconuts over here on Jamaica look like grapes.
I'm telling you. I was very surprised. But, good for you, Royals. Good for you and your free money. Come on.
Yeah. And big up to everybody who is making them feel so at home with the yes ma'ams, no ma'ams, and the coon dances, and the shucking and jiving, and the shucking and jiving. Usual.
Can I get something for you, man?
You want some more water? What can I get for you? All right.
Is the carpet not red enough? Should we make it burgundy? Like, what can we do?
Can I wipe your shoes, sir? You stepped in dirt. Let me shine it for you.
Here's my shirt. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'm not that nice. I told you I'm nice. I'm not nice.
Before we get in trouble, let's go. Where can they find you? Where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Take 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
If you're risky enough to have me talk to you, that's all I'm just saying. Take 2 steps forward. You can find me at Take 2 Steps Forward on Instagram. You can find me online at take2stepsforward.com. That's the best place to reach me.
Absolutely. And people, there's nothing wrong with getting counseling for your relationships. Anything that is valuable is work. So sometimes you might need to hear from somebody outside of your fence and tell you other ways maybe you can fix your fence. You know what I mean?
Different perspective. Just a different perspective. That's all I have.
Absolutely. Coach Wayde, trod good. Trod good.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Thanks, everyone.
I love Coach Wayde.